Hello!
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hello!
Hello, conspiracy theories.
Yeah, welcome to Shadow vs. Israphel Conspiracy Theories Part 3. You guys have been asking for it for a long time, so I finally decided to give it to you at the expense of this one being the last one ever of all time.
Yep,
Ever.
We don't have
It's
chairs. We still don't have
Yep.
chairs.
We sold them.
Our lights
Also,
are
the
actually-
lighting's going as well.
I brought my own from home.
Yeah,
In fact, Sony actually bought the set from us as well
Sony did. Yep, of course, it was Sony.
for $3. Yeah. They struck a hard deal.
Yeah.
They said,
Yeah.
basically, give us the set,
He's got-
and we'll let you live, or don't give us the set, and you will live.
How did
So I said, okay, you can have the set, but at least give us like $3 for it.
he
And
has?
they're like, okay, sure.
He,
That's what happened.
That's a good deal, actually.
he has.
It's a pretty good deal.
I would have bought it for that much money.
Wait, what?
Without, like,
how
trying to let you live or not.
did you afford the stool?
Oh, I just told you, I bought one myself from home. Bought my own chair.
What?
Hmm.
How did?
'Cause I want to be
Wait, you have a
comfortable.
home?
Yes, I have a home. Wait, are you telling me you hire homeless people?
That's pretty much it.
Oh, well, you got the wrong person then. I'm not
Well,
homeless.
MG Fish and the Dig were kind of dragged off the street, and
Yeah.
look where they are now.
In a cage. Set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Shut
a
up.
horrible.
All right, so
Um,
we're doing Shadow vs. Conspiracy
Oh.
theories.
Yep.
So,
All
you
right,
wanna
so I
start?
don't have quite that much to report on or whatever, because realistically, even though people think a lot has happened, realistically, nothing really has.
Yeah, they like. to
Sure,
talk
there's
about
been some development in the newest series, the Lucky Blocks,
Lucky
that
Blocks.
they've been doing, because there's been references to Shadow of Israphel. But realistically, that's kind of it, but I'll go through just the little bits that I've got to talk about.
Yeah, and really, in our
Um,
opinion, the Lucky Blocks things, they don't mean anything. People
Yeah.
like to bring up stuff like that, especially
Realistically,
Shin.
I see them as kind of jokes more than anything.
Yeah, it like Shadow was saying, Shin brings up this kind of stuff all the time, and it doesn't mean anything. And Lewis just kind of shrugs it off like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny.
Unless we ever specifically get something from Lewis about it, that's when it means something.
Well, yeah, pretty much. So should we
So-
explain who this guy is? Actually, I didn't.
Yeah.
It
So
looks
this
pretty
is Cineminecraft.
good. Cineminecraft. Yep.
Good day, everybody.
Uh,
That is indeed my name.
Yep.
Are you typing out my name in the chat?
Okay. I don't think the camera will be able to see it, but fine.
I think the camera might be in F1, so it doesn't have a GUI.
Anyway, so to start getting into the theories.
Uh-huh.
So on, stop it, jeez. So on the main channel, the channel art or whatever, I think that's what you call it, the channel banner, whatever.
Channel banner. Yeah.
Channel banner.
I think
It's
channel
actually
art.
hard to say. Channel banner.
Channel art actually is what it's
Channel art, whatever. Anyway, so it says space-time rifts, and it's got some of the certificates and Lewis and Simon being sucked into some sort of like void or space-time rift. And it's clear that they're in Yog Labs, but I kind of thought it was kind of curious looking at the background color because it is purple, and
Yeah.
most of the time I kind of see that as associated with nether portals. I don't know. That's really the only link I can draw from it, besides for drawing off of my whole dimensional theory that you guys, if you watch the previous videos, will know about, where there's just different dimensions and things like that. And honestly, with the new Hypercube series they started, I honestly thought that eventually that would somehow wind up getting back into Shadow of Israphel, because they were kind of bringing up the one thing I was finally waiting for them to bring up, and that was different like dimensions or space-time rifts, where they go into a space-time rift and they go into a new dimension. Well, it completely failed. They did 3 episodes of Hypercube, then quit.
They did not quit. They
Really?
did not quit.
I
Quit?
think they did.
I don't know where you heard that, but they did not quit. They put it on hold because Simon is in the hospital,
Oh, that's right.
which is why there hasn't been any content with Simon in it.
Well,
Same for...
that Stonefast, but that was recorded way beforehand. Anyway.
They will continue it. They
Yeah,
said it in the vlog that they will continue it.
Yoglab's Hypercube series will continue. Whoop-de-doo.
Hooray.
That's really all the stuff on the main channel. And then going into Lucky Blocks a bit, I believe it was the Squid Cannon Lucky Blocks Challenge Episode 2, to my knowledge, which I'm going to look at really quickly so I can just be totally accurate when I talk about this.
Yeah, like the whole Yoglabs thing, it's actually quite disappointing that they did the Hypercube thing and they're replacing Yoglabs, and I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, they're essentially just purely replacing Yoglabs.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty sure it's just a little side series, and afterwards it's just going to be the good old Yoglabs again.
Yeah, but
I don't know why they named it Yoglabs. It doesn't really make much sense. Like normally it'd be like it's just another like map, survival map thing. I don't know why they.
Perhaps they just wanted to incorporate it with Yoglabs.
Or maybe they
Just
didn't
create a
want
little scenario.
Maybe they didn't want to use Yoglabs anymore for a while.
I guess we'll see that after Hypercube is finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is kind of disappointing because as long as that stupid Hypercube series goes on, we won't see another Yoglabs.
Yep.
I like it actually.
I know, but if it's got the Yoglabs name, I don't like it because that just means we have to wait for that series to end and actually get more Yoglabs.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, if you've watched the first episode, then you've probably seen the Hannibal Hector thing again with Duncan being in it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they branch out on that and go further into his evil clone.
I don't think they're really doing anything with the whole Hannibal Hector right now because, I mean, it was Duncan in there, not Hannibal Hector. Because Hannibal Hector
was in there for a long time.
Do what?
He was in there for a long time, which might make him seem like he's just regular old Duncan. But maybe near the end of the series, something will trigger his evilness.
I don't know. That would be kind of cool, but yeah.
Because they've said it several times. Like Lewis has been like sort of.
Yeah, I know.
Sort of reared against Duncan, like saying things. He was saying things like, "I'll deal with you when we get back to Yoglabs" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To Duncan.
So there's been a couple kind of cryptic things going on between Lewis and Duncan via the Yoglabs world. So I'm kind of curious to see anything develop with that. And you guys have been asking me to do theories on the whole clones thing that's been going on with like Duncan and some of the other people. Realistically, at the same time, there's a lot to go into, and then at the same time, there's not anything to go into, if that makes any sense. Because I could theorize about that like all day, but realistically, all I'm really stating is that there's clones, and we already knew that from a long time ago in the Yoglabs world, that there were clones of just about everyone in the Yogscast, supposedly. So I'm not really going to go into that, honestly. So, in Lucky Block Challenge Lucky Block Challenge 2, Squid Cannon, featuring Shin, whatever, we see Mom Bongo, which is supposed to be Bongo's mother.
I don't think it is.
Whatever.
That's what Shin suggests. But yeah, that's interesting.
She's got this person has some sort of connection to Bongo, supposedly.
They come with you.
If this has any relevance to Shadow Israphel, which again, don't know.
Probably doesn't.
Probably does not. I mean, the only thing I thought of by them going through these different, going to these different stations and seeing, like, the ghost of supposedly Spacker Lee Chuck and Mom Bongo, and seeing the skull of Bongo, kind of leads me to believe that they're subtly hinting at Shadow of Israphel's death, and I hate to say that, but
yeah.
It's kind of unnerving when you see a fairly prevalent character such as Bongo. His skull is in a box. Spacker LeChuck, who is also a decently prevalent character, is a ghost with his arms cut off.
I didn't even think of that. That's interesting.
And
well, Spacker was already dead, wasn't he? You mean?
He was sort of this half
undead.
alive sort of thing. He was like a zombie, and now he's a ghost.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And
Might have been his older brother.
Mombongo, I don't know. I don't see any relevant connection there. Like, Mombongo seems to kind of just be this random character, honestly. Unless I'm totally wrong by that, but...
I completely missed the whole thing with everyone is dead.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Yeah, that could easily be, the series is, like, dead. Yeah.
Which is very disheartening. Honestly, I didn't watch Lucky Box past, I think, episode 6, because I was getting a bit tired of them going to all the shops and basically re-showing all that stuff. So,
yeah.
So someone via the comments commented about, where is it? Yeah, Keegan Smith. So it's been a really long time since the last. Yeah. So this person talks about Korvax, and do you think there's some sort of connection with SOI and Korvax? No,
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
really don't think there's any possible connection there.
Yeah, it's a completely different character. It seems.
Yeah. And he seems to be from a completely different world. He might, if, and this is a big if now, they return Shadow of Israphel, he may come back as a character if they kind of toy around with the different dimensions thing, but realistically, I don't see any sort of connection happening with him.
Sorry, really quickly, the camera just turned off.
Okay.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Can you turn it back on?
I don't know. It seems to be still connected to the server.
Okay.
This is definitely a problem. Hold on.
Okay.
Yep, nope. Okay. Here's what I'll do then.
You can record?
Yep.
Alright, sure.
Okay.
And then the very, very, very common theory that I get from just about everyone in the comments is normally some sort of connection between Lewis being Israphel and people stating that Lewis is slowly being corrupted and turning into Israphel. And we at least in my opinion, throughout the Yoglab series, we've kind of seen a gradual change in Lewis's demeanor towards just everything, I think, in general. And I don't know. That might just be me, but I just see a gradual change in his attitude toward testificates and just, I don't know.
What do you mean? I'm not exactly
following. They're kind of engaging in more and more experiments that are destroying supposed government vaults and stealing gold and killing hundreds of testificates for pretty much no reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's just my opinion.
You know what I've noticed? There was a lot of that. There was a lot of Shadow of Israphel and this is Yoglabs. It's kind of an interesting place that could have some other meaning, stuff like that. But then after the last summer, it pretty much stopped.
Yeah.
Yoglabs turned into some just joke.
Yeah.
And
I completely agree. Honestly, I feel like a lot of their series that used to be heavily tied to Shadow of Israphel and could honestly easily at almost any point turn back into Shadow of Israphel if they wanted to, have kind of lost all the momentum they used to carry, and now, just what ndunk said, pretty much all their really great series that used to carry a lot of weight towards Shadow of Israphel, have become a joke.
Yeah. It's just another gaming channel now. It kind of sucks.
They're still funny, don't get me wrong. Their videos are still entertaining, but
there used to be that kind of
the original kind of background lore and story that used to be there
kept it kind of
is
interesting
gone.
And different. And yeah, exactly. It's not really.
They've just basically ripped that part of their series out, and then the thing that only continues to bring them down, in quotes, this hill that they're going down now, is the Lucky Blocks, which all the characters they talk to are references to Shadow of Israphel characters that are dead.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So, makes me very nervous for the future of Shadow of Israphel. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to some other comments. Robbie Was Up commented, with their new series about space-time rifts, I have a theory. Could the Lewis on Young Labs be in fact Israphel in disguise? This would explain his lack of compassion for the test-certificate scientists and how he sees Simon as expendable. Also, after the last mod review, the Transformers mod where Lewis makes blatant references to them piloting mini drones and breaking into Fort Knox and stealing the gold. Dun dun dun. Kind of, I just realized I kind of already talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much what I just said a little bit ago. I mean, yeah, we've noticed a gradual change in Lewis's compassion towards test-certificates and even Simon, really, on Yog Labs, because he sees all of them as expendable, and really all the tests are just killing test-certificates. That's really all it is anymore. I mean, yeah, sure, they're testing the awesome mods and things like that and showcasing those, but all it's really become is purely a mod showcase or a villager massacre.
Yeah, here's the thing, actually, this is some kind of off subject, but you say mods. This doesn't really have much to do with Shadow of Israphel, but, like, I guess it kind of goes with, like, it's kind of losing all that. Well, I like how before Yog Labs was like, look at this mod, this is an awesome mod, or look at this mod, this is cool, you know. But then now, recently, before they pretty much stopped Yog Labs to do Hypercubed, it wasn't mods.
Yeah.
It was someone's command block, like scripts or whatever. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, somebody's NBT edits.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Wasn't
really anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope they go back to, like, the actual Yog Labs with mods and stuff, but...
Yeah, and I...
Even more so...
Honestly, the one thing that I'm really hoping they do is tie back in the old, like, story and lore into Yog Labs again. Otherwise, if they don't return that within the next few months, I'm kind of giving them, as of this point, like 3 or 4 months tops. If we don't see any sort of revival of this old lore or story that used to be infused with Yog Labs, I've kind of taken the lucky blocks as the death of Shadow of Israphel. I hate to say that, and
yeah.
Trust me, I really love Shadow of Israphel. All you guys watching should know that by now, and I had all these great theories, but I've kind of just gradually seen all of them go into the trash bin.
Yeah, like pretty much like I said, the end of the summer is just where it stopped.
Yeah. So, unless they try and reinvigorate it this upcoming summer, so that's why I'm giving them about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
If we don't see any sort of development, then
pretty much giving up.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there anymore.
Yeah.
So
like we're all kind of sitting here hoping, like watching their videos, hoping to find something else other than Shin's stupid jokes.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing there.
That's all we get now. Is just basically them poking fun at this. There's no real legitimate proof anymore.
Yeah.
Where in the past there was proof, like in the Yog Donalds episode, they look up and see the statue of Israphel, and that was the biggest
that was
like
a big
development in a year or 2 years.
God, that was amazing. Yeah.
And the community just freaked out because everyone thought Shadow of Israphel, they took it as a sign Shadow of Israphel was coming back soon.
Yeah. And then
everything
else was crazy.
And then after that, they brought in the Shadow of Israphel animated series.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they had more Yog Labs that even furthered this.
Yep.
And then all of that momentum they cut off.
All within like a week too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So they just kept building. They keep building all of this momentum, and then they kill it.
Yeah.
With some other new series that has no relevance or no proof, and now I mean, I'm running out of stuff to say about it. Like, there's nothing there.
Kind of why this is the last Shadow of Israphel series.
I mean, unless there's another development, I will do a 4th video, and who knows, I might actually be bothered to make a video of the clone thing, because that might turn up some evidence, but whatever evidence it turns up will be minuscule.
Yep.
as of right now because everything currently heavily relies on the main channel. I mean, yeah, Zoe has made some references,
Yeah.
but
She really
that's
doesn't.
kind of died off now with her new series. And there's just not anything there anymore. I mean, I don't know. I've kind of like originally after the second video, I still had all of these theories, and as I kind of let the weeks progress, and I think it's been a few months since the last conspiracy theory video, through the progression of the Yogscast videos, all my theories have just slowly been slashed,
Yep.
and kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't have anything left.
Uh-huh.
So, last thing I really have, and Cineminecraft is currently on another client right now, showing. Well,
Yes.
let me show
Um,
some background really quick. So, Yogscast Piva, Piva, right? Yeah, used to be
Yes.
part of the Yogscast, and he was one of the main contributors, one of the main people working on the Shadow of Israphel map, along with Ridge Dog and a few other people, because Lewis kind of became disconnected and handed it over to a few other small team, and he obviously worked on it with them, but not as much as he did with the first 42 episodes. Anyway, so Pivo was the main person that worked on the map, and through some falling out, I don't think it ever went into it.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Just a
Yeah.
lot of theories about what happened.
Yeah. So anyway, Pivo was fired, and before he was fired, or like before he was kicked out of the office, he took actually quite a bit of stuff with him. He took a fair amount of Shadow of Israphel videos with him, like teasers and trailers, and I think he even took some full video clips with him. But they were all reported by the Yogscast, and they were taken off pretty damn quick.
Interesting.
Anyway, but he did have a map, and it's updated quite a bit. And if Shadow of Israphel continues, it's probably not going to be this map because it's been released to the public, and a lot of people have already looked through it. But we'll have some screenshots up now, and
Actually,
Cineminecraft can kind of walk
yeah.
through. Oh, go on.
He should be recording right now so we can see his
Yes.
on the green screen. By the way, Shadow, you are.
Yes, I am recording right now, but I currently crashed, so I'm just relaunching Minecraft right now.
Oh.
The first thing you will probably see on screen is a stone village. This village was, I don't know who made it, but it is somewhere behind Skyhold. And in this village you can find a lot of small houses and one very big mansion, along with a big torso with a hand sticking out, which really is similar to the statues in Lord of the Rings, and statues at the river. I don't know what they're called anymore. It also has a docking bay and a road that leads out to some place that has a lot of roll editing and looks crazy weird.
Interesting. So yeah, it's probably not finished or something.
That's the first thing that you can find on this map, which you have never seen on Shadow of Israphel before.
Yeah.
These aren't really conspiracies, but they're still cool facts about this map.
Yeah. And realize, just again, that this map, I mean, is based off of what Piva has given us, so it cannot be considered 100% accurate, like this is the real thing.
Honestly,
it could just be a hoax, honestly.
It easily could have been added, like, after he left or something.
Yeah. So, like, he could have built it all, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
But continue.
Yeah, exactly. Another village you can find is in the desert area. It's
yeah, there's quite a bit in the desert there.
Yeah, there's a lot in the desert. There's a entire village, which you can see on screen right now, probably. There is a pyramid, which is made up out of smaller pyramids. It has like a torch on almost every block, which is very
Similar to
weird.
Lewis's building style.
Building style.
Yep.
There's a little, small diamond pyramid. Oh, no, diamond, what am I saying? A glass pyramid, sorry. It has water in it or something.
That's interesting.
And then you have a small, no, like a big hill with a tower on top of it and some graveyard, which you have seen in the cutscenes probably. It's a Templar Varrigan's gravestone. But if you go down into the tunnel and drop down the sand, you will actually come into two rooms. One side you could see in a screenshot. It's just a little pyramid under the desert, which is like a ruin or something. But on the other side, you can see a giant creeper with two big hands, which are also the hands used for the robot hand in this series.
Yeah, well, the hand.
So. Yes, the hand. It's very...
And then isn't there, like, and again, this is going off, like, the copy that I've got, in front of the, like, giant creeper sort of thing, isn't there some sort of, like, altars with writing around them, or no?
No, that's the other way. That's around the water pool you drop into when you fall down the sand. They have weird text on them, like some sort of poems or whatever.
Yeah, it was really odd. I was trying to read it and put it in the proper order. But
I don't even know in what order, and all four little pyramids say something else, and it's very weird. I can't make any sense out of it.
Yeah.
Lastly, you have under the ruins, which were also used for the Varrigan's map back in the day.
Yeah.
With, what was it called again? I forgot what it was called.
Varrigan's Hold, or I don't know.
No, that's just the castle.
The order that he worked for, Crimson Cross.
Yeah, it was just a map about the order back in the day, and they were looking with Professor Griswold for some sort of anomaly, which was caused by opening a nether portal. You can probably find on the channel somewhere.
Yeah.
But beneath this giant ruin, stacked on the ground, you can find a enormous model for a dragon, which is even bigger than the dragon seen in the actual series and in the small cinematic they had.
Yeah.
It's enormously huge, and it has a little sign inside. It's made out of netherrack, and has a little sign inside next to a chest filled with netherrack, and on it says, "Please don't steal." Quite funny.
Awesome.
Next to this giant dragon model, you can find a building similar to the spire, but it's got four. It's a quadruple helix beam shooting up into the air, sort of, and each beam has a color that resembles a character and their powers from the series. Two of them are already known. They're Father Brayburn and Madame Nubescu. And then there's two other characters, one with ice and one with leaf powers, which we have yet to see, actually.
Huh.
You'll probably never see them, but still, it's pretty interesting.
Well, leaf would be,
Swampy, wouldn't it?
yeah, Swampy Bugbeard.
Oh, yes, that's Swampy, yeah. Sorry, it was only one character. I think it was called... I forgot his name, but I'm having trouble loading my game up, so I'm going to have to record everything post this video.
So
yeah, it's called...
because it shows that they've definitely worked on it. They definitely have ideas of what's going to happen next. It seems that they have like a bunch of episodes planned out already, or they did at least. Because like we saw in the Yog Labs video, like you mentioned in the first conspiracy theories, there was the checkpoint. They were at the checkpoint. Like
when Simon died in that Guns mod video, he reappeared back at Stoneholm, and prior to that video, and the episode was already after the last episode aired of 42. Simon dies and reappears back in front of Stoneholm, where prior it had been inside Yog Labs.
So that means that they must have been doing something, and you mentioned that in the first one. So, and seeing all this, it looks like they have a story, everything written out, everything, and like that creeper under with the hands. Yeah.
The only problem is, since this map has been released, they might have rethought the story, and either they've planned it out so big that they don't think it's possible to achieve anymore, or they just can't, or honestly, they've become too much work and they just kind of gave up.
Here's my theory.
Okay.
they have this idea, everything's ready, they've been working on it and stuff, but Lewis is kind of too scared to start it again. He's worried that it's not going to be as good as everyone's hoping it to be, and he just doesn't want that to happen.
I understand that, but the problem is now that realistically the fans of Shadow of Israphel just want an ending.
We don't care. We just want the videos.
And
me too.
If he brings it back, everyone's going to hate on him and call the series awful and unsubscribe, and it'll just cause all of this stuff. Right now, because you've just made us wait so long, we just want a proper ending.
I don't see that's going to happen.
And honestly, I think it would even be better if they just created a video that was very shitty, like some of their first videos, without any acting whatsoever. I think that would even be the best thing to do. I think the fans would love that even more than a professional scripted video.
The thing is, the videos now have gotten better than what they were recording before. They're kind of funnier. They're just generally higher quality. So even if they didn't do their best on the video, it would still probably be better than the last one.
It's very true.
So either way, I don't see how you could disappoint people.
Yeah, realistically, any way they go right now, they can't go wrong. But for some reason, either A, Lewis is too scared to actually go out and bring it back.
Yeah.
Or they've just quit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
because, like
I think they've just quit.
He just doesn't want it to disappoint people. He's said that in like a Reddit post or something. I remember. But yeah, it was. So.
Because realistically, I think if they were to finish Shadow of Israphel, I think from there they'd be able to go into even more videos and have a lot more characters and just, I don't know, kind of light up a lot more series and things like that with extra accounts and extra characters and just add to the stories of different series. I don't know. I just think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, they pretty much refuse to use any of the accounts used in Shadow of Israphel now.
I found out one little small thing in the map actually.
Okay.
Which is very ominous. Ominous. Yes.
I created a new word.
Yes. Which was very ominous.
Omnious means...
I have to make sure I say it right now. This dragon, as you have previously seen on screen, is he is spewing lava, or actually nuclear radiation in this retrospect, over a small mountain. If you go under this mountain, there's a sign that says, I actually have to go there and read it because I don't know what it says anymore. Basically, it has a character's name on it, not a character, but a player name on it, and it says RIP and then a date along with it. Now, if I go into this maps files, it's the actual Yogscast maps. If I go into the files of the map and open the players folder, I can see all players that have been online on this map. It also lists all the Yogscast players along with some guests from YouTube and stuff. There is one player name among them, which is also the player name on the sign. This is very ominous. God damn it! Because what if somebody had died who was working on the Shadow of Israphel map, and it discouraged the Yogscast to stop working on it? That could have been a thing.
Could easily be possible. But I don't think to remember that person, they'd put a sign there, basically saying their player name, RIP.
That's a little odd, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like that would be really...
Anyway, I will provide a screenshot. You can show it on screen. This is totally legit. You can download the map on Piva's Facebook.
Yeah. What's the
you can
player
check
name?
it out.
You didn't. You didn't tell us what the player name was.
It's Am I Right?
I have no idea.
So that's M-I and then R. Yeah, you can see it on screen.
Huh. Anyway.
Whatever.
So, even though this will pretty much be the last Shadow of Israphel conspiracy theory you see for quite some time, unless other stuff develops, then I'll make another video, or maybe I'll go into the clone stuff. But since we're, as of right now, not going to see any Israphel coming up here anytime soon on the Yogscast channel, for those of you who really love Israphel and his character,
oh, hey, Lord Israphel.
Yeah.
So, to satisfy your supposed hunger for Israphel, I highly suggest checking out Stranded and some of the other series that we've got coming up, because
Stranded.
I can definitely tell you,
Yeah.
you will be seeing him very, very soon.
He spoils the entire series of Stranded.
Shut up!
But yeah, no, he'll be coming up in some of our new series. Stranded is ending soon, though. But yeah, you'll
Very.
see RY, which is Rise of Israphel. So
So obviously you're gonna see him.
that guy'll be there a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool. Check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe to see that. Otherwise,
Yep,
you're
make
gonna
sure
miss the
you
videos and
subscribe, comment,
Yeah.
do all of that.
comment
Now,
on what you
don't say
think
it.
this
Gotta
Parrot
like,
Tin Man
subscribe,
thing.
and comment
Just-
at the same time.
Just do it. Just
In the same.
just do it. Branded by, sponsored by Nike. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wish. So
So yeah.
anyway, I thank you so
subscribe.
much for watching the video. Thank you to Cineminecraft for helping us with the video.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
You'll
and,
be seeing more of him in some of our upcoming videos. So subscribe to see more of that.
Thank you so much to ndunk for stepping in and becoming the camera.
Literally became a camera. Literally.
Morphed into a camera.
Yep.
It's a morph that he has on his
You
camera.
transmuted him.
But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to both of you for participating in this video.
Yep.
And thank you to all of you who took the time to watch the 3 Israel conspiracy theory videos that I've produced. It's been quite, to an extent, a joy to produce, but at the same time, very draining. So I'm
dreadful,
kind of
yeah.
glad this is the last one.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Goodbye.